It's Tiffanys with your weather update. It's a lot going on.
We're going to start off with the frost advisory we have in our Midwest in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and even when you go down to West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, there are some frost advisories and also freeze warnings. So you can see in the upper Midwest there, we have temperatures as low as 43. This morning it was below 30 degrees, so that's what gave it a frost advisory. And the freeze warnings we have in the upper Midwest, you're definitely going to see some cooler temperatures up there. And then as we get to the middle of our United States, you're going to see that it's more moderate like temperatures, very cool, very comfortable between the 70s and 80s, but it's definitely more relaxing. And of course the South is a little bit more hotter. You're going to get the 80s temperatures there. I'm going to switch over to our rain and thunderstorm maps, and you can see that there's very light in the area for this morning, and definitely still that upper Midwest is expecting rains, but then you're going to see thunderstorms over in the Washington area and a little bit in Arizona and New Mexico, and then down in Florida as well. Just a few thunderstorms, but definitely pay attention to the highs and lows where the pressure is. They definitely can produce more rain activity. So you can see here, this is our rain map for today, and it's definitely coming in. The light green is chances, the dark green is most likely, and then the purple is a mixture, so that can be rain, snow, and a bunch of stuff going on. So you're going to see that mixed over on the west coast there. You can definitely see the pockets of precipitation on this map. It'll give you a more defined outlook for the entire day, and definitely of how many inches of rain may fall. So it's not going to be too much onshore, but definitely offshore you're going to see some rain there, and that can honestly come in and play a big role. So we're definitely going to keep our eye on the map here for today. Now I'm going to show you the 7-day map, the same one, and look at the difference. Look at all of that precipitation, that nasty weather. Look at all the colors. It definitely means a lot of activity is going to be coming in, a lot of nasty weather as well. So make sure that you are staying tuned to your local listings. It looks like a lot of thunderstorms and showers coming in. Look at the south. Okay, now we're going to switch gears for today and look at the GOES 16 map for the water vapor. And you can see, I'm going to show you the mid-level water vapor is here, and then I'll show you the upper level water vapor, but it's definitely a lot of cooler air coming down to the south, and you can see that here, and we can definitely feel it here too. But you'll see that that water and that vapor is definitely bringing a lot of moisture into the south and keeping us a little bit more cooler. It's a little bit more well defined on the upper level water vapor here, so you'll see that. And this is current for today, and today I started to show you more of these images and maps that I look at on a daily basis, just so that you can start to get the feel of how I come up with my forecasts basically, and definitely tell you what I am seeing for the day. And the first thing that I like to start with is that fire map, guys. I look at the fire map on a regular daily basis because this is what is, you know, important for our air quality and breathing, and definitely for the wildfire activity, because, you know, in Florida, if that wind hits certain ways, you know, that wildfire can spread quickly. So you have got to look at the fire map on a regular basis. I'm also going to show you the air quality map as well, and that air quality map is very important. It will tell you current air quality in your state. Now just think of a yardstick from 0 to 500. Now we're looking at the air quality index. So the higher the number, the more increase of air pollution, greater the health concern. So this is why we look at the map. 0 to 50 is good, 51 to 100 is moderate, and anything over 100 is unhealthy and hazardous. So make sure you're looking at that air quality. Now let's look at what Lidia and Max is out there doing. You can see Max is right up under Lidia's you know what, and will definitely be coming in sooner than Lidia, and I will definitely show you the map again. So just pay attention to the direction that Max is going. Looks like Tropical Storm Max will be named, coming in at 35 knots, making landfall on Zihuatanejo over in Mexico, and definitely making a big nasty weather splash. It's Tiffanys content, and we are focusing on the higher terrain and the possible mudslides with all that heavy rain that will be coming in due to Tropical Storm Max. And we're looking as far as Oaxaca to Guerrero to Michoacan. It's possible landslides and mudslides all the way over through that higher terrain there, and definitely you're going to see a lot of that lightning coming in. Also going to be watches and warnings coming in. In fact, there's already a tropical storm warning for the southern coast of Mexico, so make sure you're checking your local listings. Right now it's a tropical depression, but it will definitely soon become a tropical storm Monday when it makes landfall at 45 miles per hour. So make sure that you are keeping your eye out for Tropical Storm Max and checking your local listings. As you can see that it will definitely flood and make moisture in other parts of the states, so make sure that you are aware. Tropical Storm Max is right under Lidia's you know what, and will be coming in sooner than Lidia. And pulling up Max on the HWRF, you're going to see that it's definitely going to make landfall on the southern coast of Mexico and cause a big splash in those states. So make sure that you are checking your local listings, as Lidia and Max will be definitely two big interesting areas to watch for the beginning of this week as it goes over into the Gulf Coast. And just keep watching. I'm going to show you the full run. This is going to take you all the way into October 24th. And we're going to be looking at the GFS models on the tidbits, and definitely you're going to see some activity in the Gulf that can potentially affect our states and including Florida. So just look here, you're going to see two new interests coming up. We're keeping our eye out. So switching back over to the 92L, you're going to see that it will definitely be named probably later on today, but these are definitely the models that's showing you. It's definitely just going to stay out into sea. It'll be a forming, but it will not be affecting any land. You're going to see only a few models that kind of goes off over to the islands, but nothing to worry about. The National Hurricane Center have put new interest over here over in the Gulf. The GFS, you'll see that activity there. Two new interests and one potentially heading towards Florida. So make sure that you are keeping your eyes out. We're looking at Sean being named probably later on today or tomorrow. There's another interest in the Gulf that may potentially come up to Florida. We are definitely watching to see who's going to take Sean's name. I'm going to show you again on the Zoom map, and you're going to see that it's a lot of activity starting to form already on the west coast of Africa, and will definitely be going out into sea as the current projection. But as you know, Mother Nature is the one who is stirring the pot, and it currently has a 60% chance of forming into Sean in the next 2 days, and with an 80% in the next 7 days. So we'll be seeing Sean very soon. Again, looking at the Atlantic Basin, you're going to be able to see a full view of what Sean is trying to do now, and then looking over in the Gulf, you're going to see activity over there by Florida. It's definitely a lot of interest here. You're going to see that as Sean form, the activity coming from the Gulf is going to kind of push Sean out into sea, and that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're looking at. And then over into the next week, you're going to see some more nasty weather and activity over in Florida, all the way up the coast to the northeast. And of course, we're watching our fronts as they come down and play a huge role on the investigation. Now let's take a look at what's going on the other side. We are watching Bolaven, Japanese typhoon number 15, located southeast of the Anderson Base Air Force Base in Guam. Okay, and it looks like it's going to become a violent typhoon right over the northern Marina Islands. Looking at the path, you see that it does become a severe tropical storm as it heads towards Iwatu, and definitely becomes a typhoon. As you see in that orange color, that's when it becomes a typhoon. And you see all of that lightning in there. That yellow is severe weather. So if you're in that area, make sure that you're checking your local listings, because this typhoon is definitely very violent, and in fact it's going to become a violent typhoon right over the northern Mariana Islands. As it passes through, it's going to be a very strong typhoon, and look as it reaches 125 knots and become a violent typhoon. Check your local listings, everyone in the area. Thank you for watching. It's Tiffanys Content. Like, share, subscribe.